Hey everyone, it's Val here at Crafts by You. Welcome to my channel. Today's craftiness is brought to you by Scentsy Spiced Eggnog flavored wax. Okay, you shouldn't be eating the wax, but hey, if you're not gonna partake, at least smell a good fake that makes your mouth salivate. Anyway, it really does smell like you're tasting this. So yeah, this goes away the end of this month. I'll put the details below if you're interested, but it's a happy smell and that's what I've got warming today. So this video is gonna be dedicated to the little Debbie Cake out there who sent me what was supposed to be a meme, but I felt it. It said my 2022 New Year's resolution is to finish all the craft projects from 2021 that I should have done in 2020 since I started them in 2019 after buying the supplies in 2018. I decided that today's video needs to be focused in on finishing stuff that we started. And considering that I like making journals and writing in journals and playing in journals, and I end up starting them and just never finishing them. And I think I found the hiccup. So this will be not a fully completed, project, but we're going to get this thing further along than it is. I think where my hiccup is this. I start making journals, and then when it comes to the binding aspect, I sit there and I look at them because there are so many ways to do the binding. And then I'm always like trying to come up with something weird. Why do that? But that's just something's wrong with me. So I feel like I've got to make everything unique. But I get stuck on that part because I'm like, well, I could do this, but I also could do that. So today is going to be about being decisive, taking at least 2 steps forward and try not to take 2 back, and commit a little bit further, because honestly what goes in them, that's the fun stuff. You're just stuffing it, really. But it's the binding and the spines that kill me. So I want to just kind of get a little bit further along. I've got 3 here in particular that are giving me stank eye. So if you guys want to see what I'm going to do, and then if someone is new to this, then I'm just going to kind of show you some of the tips for making this happen. All 3 of these are made with canvas board. And yeah, I'll just talk about each one as we go along. So these ones are just painted just as a base because, oh my goodness, just looking at that whiteboard, it's like white page, paralysis. You just deer in the headlights. Sometimes I'll start with them this color. They may not even end up this color. I'm telling you, I have repainted stuff so many times, not even tripping, and then cover it with paper. But again, I just need to start somewhere. This one's already been used a tape essentially for the spine, and they've been set apart. Well, let me see how far this is. 3/4 of an inch. That's the gap we're working with. And then based on just what I'm seeing here, it felt like a 2 signature type of a journal. First step is eat a bunch of Cheerios so that you have some cardboard to work with. Something sturdy, right? I took that and just went on and cut that piece down to size. So you can kind of see right there, it's fitting in between those 2 pieces of board. So in this case, you take it, you pretty much divide your cardboard in half, and it does not have, you can slap that sucker in there however you want to, but I just kind of went halfway, and then between these 2 points, halfway. Considering that we're working with something so small, it really won't matter. It's going to catch all the pages I'm putting in there. So I'm just going to go on and pierce this. Actually, you know what I should use? I'm going to use my Crop-A-Dile, because then I'll get a nice clean hole. So you put this baby on the 1/8 inch punch. All right, so let's do that instead. Okay. And like I said, I don't even have the second signature ready. The first one was just some random pieces probably from 2 years ago that I started on. And the goal will be just get closer to finishing. It's a good start. This is a much larger hole than you really need, but that's okay because I end up using sometimes bigger things to tie it off with. So maybe ribbon, that sort of thing is where I'm gonna go to with that one. All right, so the next one I have is this big baby. And it was done so long ago. While I know, I mean, obviously I can see that it's a canvas board. I don't even know what I put in here. Maybe it was like some big thick piece. I don't know, because it's like, it's almost the same thickness as this. I have no idea. Considering that it's covered, well, that's what you get. But I was wanting like a big chunky chunk journal. Just like, yeah, big and chunky. So with this one, and I can see where I've already put kind of this little pearlescent paper in here. But what I probably, and this is kind of bulky. So what I think for this one I will do is, I got another piece of cardboard, just cut to size in here. I already got this little stuff going on here. This is what happens when you pick up projects down the road. You're like, what the heck was I thinking? I don't know. So with this one then, I'm just going to go ahead and at least mark the holes on here. Pencil. And let me get this ruler. Let me move this. I don't have the signatures ready for this or any of that. But at least this will be ready to go. And that's like the next part is not to worry about this. It's just sewing those signatures to this piece. Then this piece can get adhered into here. All right. So that's the idea. Let's see if that's what really happens. So how large is this? Oh, this looks okay. So this is pretty much right at 2 inches. Again, we're just going to kind of break it into these thirds to see where things lay. Okay. So unless you just love math, we can take this and score it that way, get us a center point. So there'll be 3 signatures. There's the center. And then you could either, score it again, go at halfway in mark. All right. Of course, you could have done this with a sheet of paper, or let me see. I would probably go even lower than that. So I'm going to go about halfway between these 2 marks. We're just going in here and marking where those spots will be. And if we change our minds, so be it. But what I will do is I will go ahead and punch these also, so that I'm like still that 1 step closer to where I need to be. Do you all have some projects laying around that you're just like, I need to be done with this thing? I keep looking at it every time I come in this craft room. What projects do you all have that way? Let me know in the comments below. And if not, let us know what your secret is to success. Like, how are you busting through these projects and staying committed? Sometimes I like to do just one thing, and I think that that's the challenge. Like, instead of start to finish, I'm like, oh, I'm feeling good about this. Let me get these things done. All right, so I'm going to stick this in here just so that it'll be ready to go. I'll put it on the tray over here. And I will say, last but not least, the last one for this video, I definitely have some more laying around here, are these 2. And first, I was going to add this fabric to the spine. And I still kind of like that. But I think what I want to do is try a new twist on something that I did a while back. And that is, I call it invisible spine. I essentially used acetate and stitched through that and did a hole punch here. And even though I could have tried to be like really insanely like, put this hole, it's got to be stuck here. That wasn't the point. It was really just to be able to kind of add the frills. Like, I like to think of my style as soft grunge. So, it's like a little shabby chic mixed with a little Tim Holtz, and then that's my style. But with this one, as you see, this middle signature, this one right here, it's only going, what's that, maybe like 1.5 inches right there for the holes, because it's significantly smaller, and that wasn't gonna work placing it the same as the other two. So I kind of like this, because when you have these papers and everything's all nicely grunged up, and then you can't really see them unless you open it, like this is just more eye candy to me. Then I found, because I used a piece of this in my other journal, but I found this laying around. I was like, oh man, like this would look awesome on the spine. And I was like, okay, yeah, but it's a good bit stiffer, because it's really just like glitter on a canvas. It's a good bit stiffer, and it just looks so buttoned up. I mean, yes, it's glittery, but it just seemed like it would be so straight-laced. So then I started thinking, well, whatever, I don't even know what else I use this for, where I cut it up, but I had this strip. I was like, okay, well, wait a minute. What if we do some sort of a band on here? Let me show you two on the inside, kind of what we're working with. Let me get this off of this hitching post. Anyway, so you see pretty much inside. I think you can see it, but again, it's not that it's supposed to be super secure to that, but it just kind of gave it another fun element to it. So instead of, let me see, even if I still added the ribbon through it, the idea would be that these parts would be covered here. Now, these don't have end papers yet. It's not painted. I don't know for sure. I don't think I'll know that part for sure until I kind of know the colors of papers and that sort of thing. Okay, let me see. I at least have my acetate here already cut. Let's just make sure, see what measure. Okay, so yes, 2 1/4 wide by the height of the journal. Let's go somewhere between here and here. All right. And I'm gonna use still that same size hole. I'm gonna come here, take this, line them up. We're gonna make a mark. Oh my goodness, this eggnog is smelling so good. All right, so we've got a little spot here. And then this can also serve to be the template for the acetate. Yeah, so I'm always like, well, what if I did this? What if, and then you end up doing that forever and a day, and you never get the stuff made. I'm amazed that I've made anything at this point. So I'm just kind of going here now and looking to see how far in would I need to be on this acetate. Okay, so I'm gonna say somewhere around here. Once I get the signatures put in here, then I'll come back and kind of decide on the strips and making it happen. I think basically it's telling me how large they need to be, but I'm not 100%. So I'm gonna just test it out first. And plus, I'm not sure like how far in do I want this. I'm thinking just kind of like here as an accent. Also because I'm going to be trying to run ribbon through this. So just a thought, something to keep in mind. That is where that one's going, the direction it's going in. So I kind of got that one ready. And that's it, ladies and gents. I'm just wanting to be a few steps closer to getting those done. I did at least work on some papers today, getting some paper dyeing done. Not that I don't have enough, but I don't know. I just got the notion that, I want to do a few more different types of paper. And hopefully what I'd like to do is be able to share some of those with y'all if those are things you're interested in. So that's it for today. Let me know what projects are unfinished for you, or how you work past getting into project paralysis, and what helps you to move forward. I hope this video helps a bit, and hope to see you all here back tomorrow.